Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and I know I'm a little bit behind, so this isn't a breaking news video. Unfortunately, all of this information was already out when I woke up earlier. The hero stream was at 6:30 AM my time, and after doing the Dokkan podcast with the 59 gaming guys last night, by the time that all finished, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning when I went to bed, so I wasn't going to get up in 4 hours to see the live stream. And then I ended up doing the complete opposite and sleeping in way too long, so that's basically why the video is out this late. But instead of a breaking news thing, because we already know this is here, I just want to give a bit of a breakdown and then give my thoughts on everything. So, obviously, very, very hype. Super Saiyan 4s are coming. More Super Saiyan 4s finally being added to Dokkan. Obviously, it is with a heavy heart that we see there is no masked Super 17. The masked android is not coming to Dokkan with the next Heroes banner. So that is a bit sad, but we got Bardock to make up for it. And obviously, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, I mean, he just looks awesome anyway. Shout out to Toon Rami. He did tag me in his post over a year ago when we did our summon collab on the last Heroes banner. We were calling, if we were ever going to see a Heroes Dokkan Fest, that we would get like a dual Dokkan Fest with Broly and Vegito. So whilst that's not specifically what we're getting, it's they are probably the two hypest units on the banner. I mean, obviously for me, big fan of Bardock. I'm sure there's a lot of Gohan fans out there, but I think these two are probably the most popular characters that they could have released the Super Saiyan 4 versions for. So we do have their super attack, so shout out to Air Dokkan. Make sure you follow him. He posts a lot of the data mined and leaked stuff. So we're going to go ahead and check these out here. It is in full quality. We're not going to have the sound, but let's have a look. So this is Super Saiyan 4 Broly. I mean, you can see nowadays with the animations, there's so much movement in the sprites. Okay, so we could charge up a big green thing and just throw it. It's kind of basic, I'm not going to lie. It's cool, but it's kind of basic. So Vegito Kamehameha, I like the zoom in, that's pretty cool. And then that's it. I'm guessing... Okay, there's a second one. Okay, I'm guessing that was his SSR one, and this is his TUR one. So, stabs him up a bit with the energy sword, okay. And then, okay, this is cool. Creates the giant energy sword, and then boom. Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so the super attack's pretty cool. Only seen these two, so... Be interesting to see. I do think they're a little bit lackluster, obviously, when compared to some of the new like Dokkan Fest exclusives and stuff that we're seeing. But in a way, I guess that's kind of to be expected. Like, none of the Heroes units so far have had particularly crazy, like, over-the-top super attack animations. So it'll be interesting to see what Gohan and Bardock's ones are going to be, because obviously they're not going to be anything super crazy. And then we have a new Toa, which I think is quite interesting. The old Tech Toa just being re-added. And then, of course, Darkness Toa was on the previous... I think was it when she got her awakening on the previous one or the one before? Can't remember. So yeah, we've got the other form of Toa. I mean, I'm a big fan of this form. Toa is a pretty top-tier waifu for the non-canon Dragon Ball characters. And then we also have the Demon Realm Dabura, because remember, it never really gets talked about a lot, but when Dabura is introduced in the Buu Saga, I guess no one really remembers him as being like a super important character, but it was mentioned even back then that he was supposed to be like the king of the Demon Realm. And obviously Dragon Ball Heroes goes into a lot of the like demon race, like war, all that kind of stuff, like the war between them and the Timebreakers, the Time Patrol. So this is quite interesting that we've got an actual like demon realm Dabura. So interesting one. So obviously the big thing for JP is that we just got the giant ape power category released with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and as we were all speculating before he came out, we were kind of expecting that maybe we would see the release, whether it was his main or sub-leader skill, of the Super Saiyan 4 category. And then what the game gave us was basically this, which I am actually quite happy with this, because this is Super Saiyan 4 plus some other stuff, right? So we've got like the baby, we got these guys who are a good support unit, the Kid Gohan, and then obviously like Wrathful Broly is on here as well, and all of the Great Ape guys. So it's good because then we don't get stuck in a Namekians situation, because even with these guys being added, that would be what, like 8 different named Super Saiyan 4s in the game, because we've got Gogeta, Goku and Vegeta, and then full power Goku. So there's another 4 being added here. It means even if you pull all of them, there's still only 8 Super Saiyan 4s in the game. So I do quite like that they gave us this category because we can flesh this out. Obviously, none of the Super Saiyan 4s are support units. So that means you can bring along units like this Bardock or the Great Ape Goku or the Tora. And they can provide support for the rest of the team, which is good. I do like running builds with support units. So it'll be interesting to see what else they're going to be added to. So one thing about BROLY that's very interesting is I feel like some of his versions... Where is the main one I want to talk about? Super Saiyan 3 BROLY. Super Saiyan 3 BROLY got shafted with his categories, in my opinion. And it's one of the many reasons why he's so bad. Is he's only on Super Saiyan 3 and Pure Saiyans. Both of those have way more better options than him, even if his EZA had been really good, because no one really runs Super Saiyan 3, and then Pure Saiyans is obviously one of the biggest categories in the game. Why this guy is not on full power, I will never understand, because he's supposed to be, if you look at the way his design is, he's like the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, because he's the big buff one, gone up to Super Saiyan 3. So if the legendary Super Saiyan Broly cards in Dokkan are on full power, how are you going to tell me that that same character with a now further transformation isn't on full power? So for Super Saiyan 4 Broly, hopefully he will be on full power. He could be on Revenge as well. Obviously all the Heroes units are going to be on Time Travelers and Heroes. What other categories have we got some of our Brolys in here? Target Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Broly, probably not. Exploding Rage, maybe. Transformation Boost. I guess the unit itself doesn't transform, which is a lot of the one of the main things they use for putting units on there. Resurrected Warriors, obviously it's not the same. Broly, movie bosses, he won't be. Revenge, maybe. Inhuman Deeds, I'm not too sure. I don't know a lot about the lore of the actual Super Saiyan 4 Broly himself, so in terms of the story around him, I don't know whether he would be on categories like Revenge or Inhuman Deeds or anything like that. So then we go on to Vegito. Vegito's obviously going to be one of the most interesting ones because most of the Vegitos are on the same categories. So obviously if we ignore the blue Vegitos, because obviously they're on Realm of Gods, he's probably going to have a closer category set up to this guy. So we've obviously seen his SSR super attack is the Kamehameha, so he could very easily be on Kamehameha. He'll be on the ape one, obviously. Power bestowed by God. I'm looking at his links like an idiot. Patara, obviously, he's going to be on. Busaga, no. Pure Saiyans, obviously, this is because the card goes from the original Vegito, so he won't be. Same with Joint Forces or Super Saiyans. Kamehameha, final trump card. Pretty much all of the Vegitos, and in fact, most of the fusions are on final trump card, so he could be on there. Obviously the Vegitos, the Gotenkses and the Gojitas that are on this category is because they were used in the series or the movies that they're in as like a final trump card, whereas the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito in Heroes, you could argue that they only use fusion as like a full final trump card kind of thing, but I guess it could be questionable that he'd be on this category. And then Battle of Wits, I mean, I think all the Vegitos are on here, so that would probably make sense for him as well. So that could be interesting. What I'm really looking forward to seeing with him, obviously he has the Vegito sword as his TUR super attack. I wonder if they will give him the ability to counter normal attacks like some of the other Vegitos, because we saw the Great Saiyaman 3 or 4, forget which way around it is, I think it's 3, from the last Heroes one that is essentially Trunks with the sword, who has counter attacks. So it'll be interesting to see if they give that to Super Saiyan 4 Vegito as well. So then we go on to Gohan. Gohan's definitely the most awkward, because when we come to, obviously it's the adult Gohan, so when we come down to, I guess, these ones, because he technically is a Super Saiyan, even though it's Super Saiyan 4, I guess it's hard to say who he would share probably the most sort of links and categories with. I guess let's bring up this one here. This is the Super Saiyan 2. So again, we don't know what his super attack animation is going to be, but he could very easily be in Kamehameha. He'll be in Hybrid Saiyans and Goku family. So very interesting, of course. He will be the first, and I guess only, looking at the first and only Super Saiyan 4 on Hybrid Saiyans. That's quite interesting. And then, yeah, Kamehameha, Goku family. Siblings bond, maybe, because, I mean, obviously, Gohan, all the Gohans from the Buu saga onwards pretty much are in siblings bond, because that is when, obviously, he had a sibling. And then, technically, the Super Saiyan 4 Gohan from Heroes is technically from GT. It's like an offshoot from GT. I think when his trailer was first released that ever showed a Super Saiyan 4 Gohan in Heroes, it was as part of a GT campaign. I think it's the one that had the weird fusion with Super 17 and 18. So they fuse into like a sort of blonde-haired Super 17. So it'd be interesting if he has like the GT link, if they actually consider him as the GT version in Heroes, because I don't know if they will bother doing that for Dokkan. But that's going to be interesting for a lot of categories. Hybrid Saiyans, obviously Goku family. Another Super Saiyan 4 on Goku family is obviously going to help out the existing Super Saiyan 4s on there as well. And then his links are going to be the most interesting thing. I haven't mentioned it for any of the other ones yet, but hopefully they all get Saiyan Raw, because that's one of the things that kind of lets down even the new Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta doesn't have Saiyan Raw. That's a very big attack link, which is going to help them out quite a lot, as well as obviously helping them all link up together. So in terms of their main key link as well, I think all the other Super Saiyan 4s, they have prepared for battle and or shocking speed. So it'll be interesting to see the combination of key links they decide to give these guys. Vegito obviously will have fused fire, so that's going to help him out on any team that has a fusion. And then we have Bardock. So Bardock again is one of the weirder ones to try and place on certain categories. So if we have a look at the... Let's open up Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and then we'll open up the... We'll open up the Dokkan Fest one. So, obviously, the Dokkan Fest one is on Revenge, and he is the Revenge category leader. But just like Broly, I'm not too sure what the exact storyline is around Super Saiyan 4 Bardock in Heroes. So, he might not be on Revenge. That is very possible. Same with Exploding Rage. He will be on Goku Family. He'll be on Pure Saiyans. I wonder if he'll be on Low Class Warrior, because I think most of the Super Saiyan Bardocks are now not on Low Class Warrior, so I imagine Super Saiyan 4, in fact, definitely won't be. So yeah, Goku Family, Pure Saiyans, maybe Revenge, and then obviously Time Travelers, Heroes, and Great Ape Power. I mean, that's the great thing about all these Super Saiyan 4s, regardless of their other categories, they're going straight onto 3 categories: Heroes, Time Travelers, and Great Ape Power. So that's already a very good selection to use for them. And then, yeah, Super Saiyan 3. See, he's still on Revenge. So, yeah, I figure Revenge probably will stay. So, Revenge, Time Travelers, Pure Saiyans, Goku Family. These are all very accurate. I believe, from what I remember from the trailer with Super Saiyan 4 Bardock for Heroes, it does have something to do with the Time Patrol and Supreme Kai of Time. So maybe he could have Resurrected Warriors, because he could technically be this same, like... Because really, this Super Saiyan 3 Bardock is technically Xeno Bardock, but he was kind of... They never tied him into Heroes or, like, Xenoverse or anything when they introduced him into the game. So I guess Super Saiyan 4 Bardock could have Resurrected Warriors as well, depending on how they want to work that. So, obviously, this is going to be a big buff for Goku Family. Like, these two, Gohan and Bardock, are both on there. So with the LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you can actually run 2 main rotations of double Super Saiyan 4 units on the Goku Family team once these units come out. So that will be very interesting. I don't have a lot of I don't have any details brought up for Toa and Dabura. It's very hard to try and predict what they're going to do with them, because even the last Dabura card that we got was centrally focused around Majin Buu Saga, which obviously this guy is not going to be part of. And then Toa is not on a lot of categories. She's on, like, Peppy Gals and then, like, Time Travelers, Heroes. So she's not going to be on a ton of categories. I wonder if they're going to make her similar to the Darkness Toa in the sense of being a support unit. I kind of hope not, because then it seems a little bit pointless to release her, because I'm assuming she's going to have a different name. I'm not entirely sure what this form of Toa is officially called. So if she's not called Darkness Toa, then obviously she'll be able to be used alongside the one that we have already. So it'd be a bit disappointing if she was just a very similar type of unit to her. And then obviously Dabura, I really have no idea where he could fit in. Let's have a look at, let's actually just bring up Dabura here very quickly. If we go to Majin Buu Saga, and we'll bring up the newest one. Because, I mean, he is pretty solid, but, so let's bring you up here. So, Dabura, yeah, he's on Siblings Bond and Terrifying Conquerors, which I could imagine him keeping both of those, because obviously, is it Toa? Toa is Dabura's sister. So that's why she's on Siblings Bond as well. So Terrifying Conquerors, maybe. Obviously, again, we don't know the story. I mean, I guess the Demon Realm, like the Demon Army, I guess it would make sense for them to be on Terrifying Conquerors. So obviously, he'll be on Heroes and Time Travelers. That's not a huge amount of extra ones. Maybe they'll put him on like Inhuman Deeds or something like that as well. But the Dabura, definitely not sure how they're going to do his categories and stuff. And then if I do bring up the Darkness Toa here, so yeah, she is literally called Darkness Toa, so she has a different name to the other Toa. Doesn't have quite as much hair, as you can see. Similar, so her outfit is pretty similar, but her hair is different and she has the markings on her face. So I assume that she is going to have a different name. And then I guess we could expect to see her in all of these. She's in Revenge and Battle of Wits as well. So I guess the new one, could potentially have all of these categories as well. So definitely interesting to see what they do with them. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated when we have more information, if we see the other super attacks and actually get the card details. But there you go. Those are the new units coming to Dokkan Battle with the Heroes collab. The only thing I guess we're really waiting with bated breath to find out now is when this Dokkan Now drops. Is it going to be what we're all kind of speculating, that they're announcing that this hero celebration is going to come to global as well? Because honestly, I would be super hyped for that. Like, I know that the Blue Boys and Jiren are incredibly strong units, but because they're like LR banners, I'm not really like super hyped about those banners coming out and then potentially dropping a whole bunch of stones and probably not even getting them. Whereas this banner, if this comes to global, bearing in mind that the Heroes banners are pretty much always one guaranteed featured per multi, I will go ham on this banner. I would try and get at least 2 dupes for every one of the Super Saiyan 4s, so we can at least get all of their star abilities activated. Not too bothered about Dabura or Toa unless they are really good cards. Obviously, it would be good to have a copy of them both, but I wouldn't be too pressed about not getting multiple copies of them. So I'm sure loads of people out there, I'm sure, are going to have the bad luck of doing multiple multis where their guaranteed featured is Dabura or Toa. But so let me know what you think of these units. What do you think about their categories? What categories they're going to be on? What teams are you going to run them on? And which one out of the 4 are you most excited about? Vegito definitely is going to be, I think, probably one of the better ones. But obviously, I am very hyped for Bardock. That is a new form of Bardock to be added to my all Bardock team. So that's going to be very interesting. Especially, I wonder if he has a leader skill better than the Marseillan, which obviously isn't hard, especially even with his EZA, that would actually incorporate all of those Bardocks. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description below. Join in the fun down there. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.